So Love is Blind fans really gave. They gave throughout, like you can never compare. I'm watching Love is Blind US and it's a snooze fest. It's a snooze fest. I can't hardly get through it. But Love is Blind France, we had fun with it. But the reunion was too silent for me. It was too elegant, too modest. Questions were not asked. The host did nothing. They gave nothing to the table. They were literally just asking basic questions. They didn't ask in-depth questions. So the reunion did not give as the episodes gave. Well, all we need to know in conclusion is that love ain't blind in France. It's not blind. It's very, very visual. Ain't nothing blind about it because no one is together. Only one wedding, only one marriage I was sure about. And that was Julie and Charles. And that's exactly who they started with. They started with the main. I was thinking like, okay. Now, while they were kind of reviewing like their experience in the polls, I was saying like Julie was not smiling. She was not smiling. I'm like, what's going on? Are they just trying to play with us? But in conclusion, Julie and Charles are over. Charles did Julie so wrong. Because the girl was very transparent. The girl has temper. She has abandonment issues. She had those issues. And it was definitely a problem. We saw it earlier on with the whole Charles talking about girl ain't cleaning the house properly kind of thing. Charles, you knew what you're getting into. You knew it. But you were kind of saying you give her time. You said you would be there for her, but you just need to work on those things. But he only gave her like less than a month because they were over after 1 month. Like, why did he say yes? Why did he waste the girl's time? Charles was about to get into the wedding hall. He was reading like the contract and it was saying things that was given like he would say no. But he ended up saying yeah, and I'm like, okay, it means he's gonna be patient with her, it's going to work. So Charles basically kicked out Julie out of his flat. So obviously within the month she moved into his flat, planning for them to kind of plan to get their own apartment. But after a month he said he wasn't feeling it. No, not really say he wasn't feeling it, just said he needed space, he needed time. This is no good. This is no good at all because Julie already has abandonment issues Julie already has abandonment issues already. Like telling the girl to leave after a month, it's a lot. Charles, did you forget you said yes in the altar? That's what I'm trying to do. Did you forget? He basically said he needed time to find himself. What are we doing? Before you enter the damn apology, you found yourself already. Like, what is this? Mine is just backtracking. He just said yes, just for the sake of it. Like, there was no deep thought into it. He basically said, things he said are things he already knows. He said it's basically triggered by her being too emotional. And she has so many, like, insecurities, abandonment issues. She got a lot of trauma that he can't cope with. So she basically said a man was texting girls after 4 days of the wedding. What are the hosts sitting there for? Like, you're supposed to ask more questions about that. Like, give us the deets. Like, more in-depth questions. The hosts were just sitting there like the audience. They were giving absolutely nothing. So Judy basically says she still wears a wedding ring. She still loves this man. And she's still waiting for him to apologize. But she's still waiting for him to apologize and reflect on his actions. She hasn't even received an apology. But he apologized anyway. But he ain't gonna work, so I don't know why she's wearing that damn ring. Like, take up the ring, it's over. Charles basically says he needs someone gentle, someone respectful, because Julie, there were times that she wasn't respectful at all, and he couldn't take it. He had to distance himself. The man is too reserved, and it doesn't take shit. Honestly, Charles does not care for this girl. Like, it doesn't care. It's like, I don't know what love was there before. It was more of a deceit. It was more of like deceiving yourself to love someone. And the fact that it took this girl a long time. It's the fact that this girl, she had to get out of her comfort zone. Like, number one, you ain't her type. You know, it took her a while to open up. And you broke this girl, shattered her to pieces. Because now even the breakup, you through a text. Even divorce request was through a text. And he basically says, because, you know, we didn't agree to meet. But it's like through a text. So they've been separated for 8 months. Only 2 calls and 2 texts. And the only text that she received was a divorce request. And she said, yeah, let's get that in divorce. It took you this long to apologize. It took you this long to show some kind of sympathy, some kind of care towards this girl. But Julie, now that it's over, please work on yourself. Like, the temper is not something you need to be proud of. Like, the way these women are proud of, you know, they're saying that, you know, I'm just passionate, I'm just emotional. It's like, no, like, you don't need to be that. Everybody got their emotional moments, but temper is something you need to work on. Ain't nobody's going to be with someone that has a lot of temper. Like, I don't know that kind of person that would be there. That would be, I don't know what kind of person we have to deal with temperament issues. You need to deal with it. You need to deal with it so it doesn't affect your next relationship, because some men don't take shit. And Charles is there. He don't take shit. He said, bye. I just wish you did it earlier. Kim and Thomas, do I care for them? I don't really. Why are they here? Like, I don't know. Like, there was no point. There was nothing there in the first place. But they giving us this fakery, saying that they're BFFs. They can make fun of each other. No big deal. I don't care for them. So they asked him about the whole social media thing, and she just ignored the hate comments, both her and Thomas are like BFFs. Thomas dyed his hair blonde. I ain't feeling it at all. They will have Clement in the audience, and it seems like Clement and Kim, they had a little date, but she basically said that Clement is not ready for a serious relationship, and Clement is bigging himself up. He's like, yeah, he ain't sure if he's ready or not yet, but he got girls in his DMs, from this Love is Blind experience. Then we got Tatiana and Yannick. Nothing new here. It's exactly the same thing that we watched. And I'm confused because everybody else create unnecessary rumors saying that, the reason why Tatiana's mother was acting this way is because of, when Tatiana met Yannick's brother, they went all out, and then, the mother basically just gave the same energy. It wasn't addressed here. All this fake news, it wasn't addressed here. It should have been addressed, but it wasn't. So it's not real. Fake news just to back Tatiana. Tatiana's attitude is not good. She's a proud woman. She's arrogant. And she coasted all up in being an independent woman. And then she, like, when she was in the past, it was mostly about the fun, the chemistry. There was no deeper conversation about, are we actually compatible? She was more into the fun, so that was the main issue. And she basically says the reason why she didn't do it is because men of these days, like, she knows all men, don't she? She basically says, like, men of these days are just scared to take responsibilities. And she was basically afraid of kind of doing too much in those pods, asking for too much, because she believes it's going to push them away because they're afraid of commitment, they're afraid of being responsible for things. So she avoided the deep question. She basically believes men of these days, they're afraid of strong women. Honestly, Yannick was like, that's not the issue. Honestly, these are not the issues. The problem is your attitude and character. You don't compromise. You act like you're the mother. You act like you're the man of the house. You kind of state things that you want, and it must be done. That's exactly the main issue. He basically says first 2 weeks together, moving Tatiana, he basically did everything that she wanted, everything that she needs. She stated all the things that she wanted. Tatiana would not let this man speak. He would not let this man speak because he bought in and said, that's your theory. What are the actions? There were no actions there. She's basically saying that he's talking shit, because she was even looking at the audience like, guys, don't listen to him. So he basically says they fight all the time and he can't deal with her behavior during fights. I mean, we clearly saw it. Like, we clearly saw when they had their damn argument and the guy was still speaking and she closed that damn door and said F off kind of thing. He basically says he can't deal with that and he doesn't really know how to handle that emotional frustration. And Tatiana said, I'm sorry that I'm just intense, I'm just passionate. Basically that, I'm sorry, I'm just intense, I'm just passionate. I just have to express the way I feel. Like, so, I laugh a lot, I cry a lot, I get angry. Like, it's not aggressive, it's not mean, it's just, I'm just expressing myself. And if you can't handle that, that's a you problem. We saw exactly the way she acts during fights. We saw it. Because she remembered the guy was 35. She remembered the guy was too young for her. She remembered the guy was irresponsible. She remembered his age. Then he says there was a situation where they had a fight. And he said, I need to get out, get some air, and I'm going to stay at my place. And she was like, no, as a soon-to-be married man, you can't be out before 5 a.m., and you can't, as couples, you can't sleep somewhere else. Like, we have to kind of stay together. But man says he was frustrated. He left anyway, but that's an example of how frustrated she is. And even when he left for the day, she even texted him and said, it was kind of good that we have some space. So she just doesn't understand him. Like, the lack of understanding, not there. Basically treating the guy as a child. Imagine telling your husband and saying you must be home before 5 a.m. Then I got Tatiana's mother to speak up, and I'm like, why is she there? Like, why does she need to speak? And she basically says Yannick is basically too whiny. Like, everybody gets angry once in a while. Like, it's a human kind of thing. He's just doing too much. And the fact that he said, like, her son is baggage. And he's like, pause there. pause there. I never caught her son the baggage. And they asked him, like, her mother's reaction towards you, like, how was that? He's like, yeah, you were calling by surprise, but she basically saw it as the mother just looking out for her daughter, and that did not kind of diminish the relationship. It was still willing to continue. And Tatiana basically said right now she's focusing on herself, and she just hopes to find someone that will understand her. Yeah, Tatiana, ain't nobody gonna understand you. No one's gonna understand you. You don't even try to understand other people. You can't understand Yannick. How you gonna understand other men? You a divorcee. No offense, you're a divorcee. Can we learn? You're close to, like, if you're Yannick, it's gonna be a divorce again. So it's giving a you problem. It's giving, like, I need to sit and take an inventory of my character, take an inventory of my life, because there's a second guy that you were soon to get married to, and he said, actually, he was actually willing to carry on, but it was never going to work. It was never going to work because the man, yeah, honestly, if Yannick went to that damn altar, he's going to say no. He's going to say no. You just can't deal with, like, all these women that have, like, temper issues. You know, this strong, independent woman is a facade. Strong, independent woman, for them, for Love Blind friends, is coated with temper, arrogancy, proudness, and treating men like a child. That's what strong, independent woman means to Tatiana. That's what it is. Then we have Gallian. I don't know why Gallian is there. Man was kicked out. Should be end of conversation. Like, why is he there? They should call him to the table and basically says, you know, he was, you know, because obviously he was getting to know Tatiana. I mean, it was after Gallian, then she went here on that girl was just going from man to man because she wanted the Netflix clout. Like, she was definitely not there for a real relationship. So Gallian basically, like, this was pointless to me. He basically says, yeah, he actually wanted to leave the experience. He basically says even before it was kicked out, he wanted to leave the experience. And, you know, he basically went to dinner with the guys in the restaurant and this old girl, and they did what they gotta do. And that was it. I'm just wondering, like, why he's there. Stayra comes in and she said, yeah, she does have a few regrets, but she's not a mean girl. Like, she didn't say things maliciously. Yes, you did. And she didn't even apologize to Jude. The apology, I wasn't there. She just said one or two things I did wrong. But I ain't trying to be mean. Yes, you were. You were mean. You were downgrading the girl. Kim, so I'll say, like, out of the three, Sabrina's apology was heartfelt. She basically says, I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have minded my own business. But yeah, she apologized. It was real. Yeah. Kim was just like, yeah, you know, I'm just a direct girly. Sometimes I word things the way I shouldn't word them, but I apologize to Charlie. And even today, I told him that it was cute. Like, it looked like an angel. He has cute blue eyes. It's like fakery. Fakery. They showed us that embarrassing video of Cynthia trying to get Jonathan back. It was too cringy for me. I don't want to see it, but even Cynthia didn't really want to look at it. That's just how embarrassing it was. And she basically says before that whole thing, they were actually in good place. So she's trying to give us context that she didn't just randomly go there. Like, they've been talking, they've been texting. She basically says she tried things to kind of win him back, but she saw that it was looking like she was forcing him. Like, there was nothing coming back from his own side. And Jonathan basically said, yeah, she reached out, but he just can't get over what happened in Morocco. Mom just told me to shut up. That scene of that dinner, no, it was never, like, that scene, he can't forget it. Jonathan basically says both sides, they are to blame, and the whole issues they have nothing to do with the height. It does a little bit. Arguments every single day. They couldn't communicate. Sometimes wanted to say things, but they didn't say it. So Cynthia basically says she's really angry right now because, you know, she felt like Jonathan could have walked away when he felt disconnected. He tried to leave. I mean, he tried to leave twice. I mean, with the whole shoe thing, he left. Y'all made up. You know, with the whole dinner kind of issue, he left. You the one trying to reach out to him, trying to get things back together. And it cut things off. I feel like he tried to leave, but you wouldn't get the message. You wouldn't get a message because you ain't even out here dressing cute, trying to impress him after he gave you the no-no. The fact that Jonathan was like the first night, he could sense something was wrong. He basically says he just wanted to try things. I mean, this is part of the experience, which I understand. I understand that aspect. And I did try to leave twice, but girl, you ran into him. Okay, and then they bring this random girl that I know nothing about. Her name is Alice, and they're in a relationship. And both her and Jonathan are in a relationship. They were actually spoke in the past. I don't remember her. They didn't even show her. But they gave us the clips. They gave us the proof. They gave us the deeds. That, they did get to know each other. They did like each other, but obviously, he begged Cynthia, but now they're together and they're really happy. Like, the way they were giggling and all these things, like, I would pissed off if I was Cynthia as well, because they were like doing too much. Like, calm down, I know you guys are together, but keep it cutesy. Don't be all fun and shit in front of me. And the fact that he was like, soon they're gonna move in together, and when we see how things go, they're gonna be the family, all these things. They got plans. So then we have Alexandre and Chloe. Like, am I surprised? Andre gave all the signs since day one. He gave signs that he don't like Chloe at all. And I feel like it was pressure. It was definitely pressure that made him say, yeah, his grandmother was there, but it was going to say no in the first place. Chloe was doing too much. Chloe tried her best, but she was doing too much. This man clearly does not like you. It expressed him so many times, but you just wanted to try it. You wanted to push it. It was like, it's enough. So they're married, but they're separated. And they seem to be in good terms, but I feel sorry for Chloe because she still likes that man. Alexandra basically says, yeah, I tried to develop feelings for her, but I can't. She's a nice girl. It's giving Kyle and Sarova. Kyle and Sarova are from the Love Island, UK. Sarova was a good girl. She did nothing wrong, but Kyle just says, I just ain't feeling it, and he had no explanation whatsoever. And that's exactly what Alexandra is. Basically, it's like, he ain't feeling it. There's nothing there. He's like, every time he's always like, you're just a good listener. And I said it again in the reunion. She's such a good listener. She listens to me and everything. She's a lovely woman, Okay. Chloe basically says she had no regrets. She would do it all over again. Of course you would. It was so random because while they were saying the story, Kim was crying and I'm like, cut the fakery. Like, there's nothing to cry about here. Andrew never liked her. Then we have Sabrina and Vanme. Vanme basically says, yeah, I liked her, all these things. I did say I love her, but when I go to that altar, it was a wake-up call for me. I knew it wasn't going to work, so I just have to be rational about it. I just have to think straight, and that's exactly how everybody should think when they go on that damn altar, right? And doing all these things. I mean, they even asked Alexandre, like, why did you say yeah? He's like, everything was just so beautiful. She was beautiful, and I just say yeah. I just wanted to take the leap. I just wanted to, try it out and see how it goes. It's like, what the heck? See how it goes. It's giving Billy and what's her name? It's giving Billy and Ashley. Basically just say yeah because it was a beautiful day. She was looking good. Why not? Then break things off. Like the waste of time. It's the waste of time for me. So let's go back to Vanme and Sabrina. So Sabrina basically said Vanme made the right decision. Like, obviously it was tough around that time. He didn't make the right decision. Just been rational, and it worked out for both of us. Like, that was the right decision for both of us. And he basically says their personality are completely different. Like, she has a strong personality. He's more or less reserved. Yeah, basically that's one of the main things. And she felt like she was pushing every time. And basically she wasn't getting some things that she needed. And they did try to, reach out to each other after the whole wedding thing. But they both wanted a break. They both wanted some distance. They both wanted to think about things. Then after that, we just decided to be friends. The reunion was boring for me. Like, there was nothing new except the way Charles treated Julie. That was the only thing shocking to me. As for Julie to work on herself, Tatiana too should work on herself. Like, everybody needs to work on themselves. Period. Chloe, please go for a man that loves you. Stop doing all this hard work for someone that doesn't give a damn about you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to your girl, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.